New Jersey is cementing its role as a leader in solar energy. The Solar Energy Industries Association reports that in the United States, New Jersey is second only to California in installed solar electric capacity. But densely populated states like New Jersey need to be creative in finding space for large arrays of solar panels.
We call it a solar farm. It consists of a 1 megawatt solar plant. It's on a brownfield site.
PSE&G, the local electric and gas utility, is installing more than 4,000 panels on 6 acres of unused land in Hackensack. Once the site of a gas plant and then gas storage facilities, the ground was contaminated and labeled a brownfield.
We've taken this site that was non-usable. It was contaminated. It's a passive use, and it's going to produce power that could supply over 170 homes in the immediate area.
The Environmental Protection Agency estimates that nearly 500,000 brownfields dot the U.S. These former mining, industrial, or commercial properties tainted with petroleum, metals, or other pollutants become eyesores, and cleaning them up for standard development is both expensive and time-intensive. The EPA has identified some 11,000 brownfields across the country as prime spots for renewable energy development.
I view brownfields as a tremendous opportunity, and it is an opportunity because it is located near population centers, in urban downtowns and rural downtowns.
Since most brownfields once held power-hungry industrial, commercial, or mining machinery, they tend to have power lines and other infrastructure on-site or nearby, making it cheaper to tie them into the grid.
One of the real benefits of siting a solar farm on a brownfield site is that you may not need to do cleanup or extensive cleanup. And the reason is that you can put these techniques where you contain the contamination within the property.
Despite such savings on the land itself, solar farms are expensive. PSE&G is spending about $500 million to install 80 megawatts of solar generation within the year. The state's electric ratepayers advocate is opposing a plan to more than double that expenditure.
We think there are tremendous environmental benefits, and we support renewable energy generally. The problem is that it's very expensive. So that's why you have to manage it. And you also have to make sure the industry doesn't become completely dependent on ratepayer subsidies. At some point, they're going to have to learn to walk by themselves.
PSE&G says it has cost customers only an average of 30 cents a month to rapidly boost clean energy generation while reclaiming brownfields and this closed New Jersey Meadowlands Commission landfill. This video was captured earlier in 2012, and while Hurricane Sandy in November brought major flooding and wind damage to nearby communities, officials say the solar array here suffered no significant damage. The Kearney Landfill Solar Farm brings new meaning to the expression, one man's trash is another's treasure.
If you look at this site here, this is our first landfill that we did, and it's 3 megawatts. In our new filing, we want to do 90 megawatts of solar on landfills and brownfields. So really, it's just another significant step in taking advantage of unused land.
As the cost of solar technology comes down and utilities work to meet state goals on renewable energy, officials expect to see more brownfields become bright fields.